Alright. Babalos Rex here, and we're taking a look at Mage. Let me make my camera smaller, I'm catching that early. Alright, so we're gonna buy the tier. Alright. We're gonna get the tier. I'm gonna be Frost first and work my way over. I am 1000% not a master of Mage. But you know what? I should legit just call these casual looks. Because I'm casual on most of these classes. And I mean, I play casual, like, anyways, for the most part. You know, my big thing is collecting. Alright, so we're in the Mage gear. You know, I like to start these off by looking at the tier. Now, if I want to complain, there's no robe. Where's the robe, Blizzard? How dare you? How dare you give a mage pants? What the fuck? Mages don't wear normal shirts. They wear robes. Alright. I like the green. The green looks cool. I actually don't mind that it doesn't have robes. The mask looks creepy. You know, I kind of like the green, but I don't like the brownish. I've talked about on the Warrior what it reminds me of. Now this one I like. The red, if it was a little bit fierier, I would like it more. No, it's orange. It's more orange than red. But this one though, this one for Frost Mages is gonna be legit. I mean, look at that. That looks wicked. Oh my god. Oh my god, Blizzard. Fix your game. My head is clipping through the hood. Alright, is that enough? Is that enough complaint? Will that give me more clout? I love the purple, dude. The purple looks so good. It's got the lightning. I like it. Ooh. I like this one too. But it hasn't got the lightning. Now, this one I think is going to be legit. Oh yeah, dude. This for Mage is super badass. Oh yeah, dude. Mage set's looking good. Now let's look at the cloth. I haven't really looked at the cloth. Alright, that looks good. The orange looks fine. I like the blue better. I don't like what goes with the green. I like the green pieces, but not the other. The red looks alright. We got the one stuff. Ooh. That looks cool. Alright, I wonder what if it's gonna... It would probably look better with the robe. The colors are alright. Ooh, I like the gold. Oh, I like that one. That looks kind of cool. And this is quest rewards. I like all of it, but the hood. The hood looks weird. But otherwise, it looks alright. Alright. Alright, so we looked at the tier, but now let's look at the tier bonus for Frost. Ice Lance and Frozen Orb damage increased by 10%. Consuming Fingers of Frost increases spell damage by 8% for 6 seconds. Okay, so I want to focus Ice Lance, Frozen Orb damage, and Fingers of Frost when I'm talenting. Okay, but we'll see what it is. So, like I do, I like to start with the class side. So let's look. So we get Ice Barrier. I would assume it is a different barrier depending on your spec. I'm assuming. But maybe not. So, first talent mages get Ice Barrier, or you get this automatically. Shields you with ice. 25-second cooldown. Absorbing damage for 1 minute. Melee attack. Okay. I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I'll just read it, and if it changes later on, I'll know what the dealio is. Alright, and melee attacks against you reduce your attacker's movement speed by 50%, because that's the ice one, the ice barrier. Alright, now row 2, we got Ice Block. 4-minute cooldown encases you in a block of ice, protecting you from all attacks and damage for 10 seconds. But during that time, you can't move or cast spells. And causes hypothermia, preventing you from recasting an ice block for 30 seconds. Alright. Overflowing energy. Passive. Your spell critical strike damage is increased by 10%. When your direct damage spell fails to critically strike a target, your spell critical strike chance increases by 2%, up to 10% for 8 seconds. When your spells critically strike, overflowing energy is reset. I'm going to take that. I like that. Alright, then we got invisibility. Turns you invisible over 3 seconds, reducing threat each second. While invisible, you are untargetable by enemies. The last 20 seconds, taking any action cancels the effect. 5-minute cooldown. Alright, we're gonna get Ice Block and Invis. You know. Both mage spells you wanna get. You know. Sorry I'm yawning. Okay. Pull it together. Alright. Row 3. Winter's Protection. The cooldown of Ice Block is reduced by 20 seconds. So I guess at rank 2 it would be 40. Spell Steal seals a beneficial magic effect from the target. This effect lasts a maximum of 2 minutes. That's a good spell. I may want to grab that. Alright. Tempest Barrier. Gain a shield that absorbs 3% of your maximum health for 15 seconds after you blink. That's good. You use that now. Or, I use that as a conduit, I think? It's a conduit? I need frickin' caffeine or something. Holy shit. Incantations of Swiftness. Invisibility increases your movement speed by 40% for 6 seconds. Remove Curse. Remove all curses from a friendly target. Arcane Warding. Reduces magic damage taken by 2%. Alright, I feel like you want to get one of these. I'll get Remove Curse and Spell Steal. Alright. I feel like you just... This is kind of cool. If you don't want it... Okay, I do actually like this. So, the Mage Tree has this thing where it's like, you want to get Invisibility, you want to get Ice Block, and you want to get the Spell Crit. Like, that seems pretty cut and dry. But then... Then, you essentially have 3 options to choose from to get to the next row. And then you just need, and then you probably pick these 3, and then you just have the next row. That's kind of cool. I like that. Alright, so row 4, Mirror Image creates 3 copies of you nearby for 40 seconds, which cast spells and attack your enemy. While your image are active, damage taken is reduced by 20%. Taking damage will cause one of your images to dissipate. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they used to do that. Or they do that. Well... Alright, 2-minute cooldown. Of course you get it. I think it's damage, you know. Alright, then we got our first choice node. Incanter's Flow. Magical energy flows through you while in combat, building up to 20% increased damage and then diminishing down to 4% increased damage, cycling every 10 seconds. Or, the one most people take, and I'm probably going to take, Rune of Power. 45-second cooldown. Places a Rune of Power on the ground for 12 seconds when it decreases your spell damage by 40% while you stand within 8 yards. Casting Icy Veins will also create a Rune of Power at your location. So yeah, casting your big cooldown will pop a rune as well. So you pretty much always take that. Yeah, I need some Coke. Coca-Cola. FYI. Alright, Alter Time. Alters the fabric of time, returning you to your current location and health when cast a second time or after 10 seconds. Effect negated by long distance or death. Alright, so you hit it again, you go back, or 10 seconds, you go back and you return your health. But not cooldowns or anything. Alright, we're gonna grab that. Alright, Mage Tree. I'm vibing with. You got some options. I hate how these side ones are 2. Because if you just want to get down, you won't pick them. Or you'll grab one. Or maybe if you don't even want anything from one side. Alright. Row 5. While inside Ice block, you heal 40% of your maximum health over the duration. Got another choice node. Reduplication. Mirror images cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds whenever a mirror image dissipates due to direct damage. Or reabsorption. You are healed for 5% of your maximum health whenever a mirror image dissipates due to direct damage. I mean, if you want damage, I guess you would do this? Maybe? I mean, I guess. Because you don't want to heal. But heal would be, like, more for the solo player. Alright, next one. Quick-witted. Successfully interrupting an enemy with counterspell reduces its cooldown by 4 seconds. I think I want to take that so I can get down here. So I'm going to grab it now. Mass Polymorph. 1 minute cooldown. This is cool. This is a Hearthstone card. Transform all enemies within 10 yards into sheep, wandering around incapacitated for 1 minute. While affected, the victims cannot take actions but will regenerate health very quickly. Damage will cancel the effect. Only works on beasts, humanoids, and critters. Dude, I want it for the lulz. You just run into a big pack, boom! You're now a sheep herder. You're now a shepherd. How cool is that? Alright, then we got slow. Reduce this target movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. I'm gonna take that. That's usually good. Master of Time. Reduces the cooldown of Alter Time by 10 seconds. Alter Time resets the cooldown of Blink when you return to your original location. Okay. Diverted Energy. Your barrier heals you for 10% of the damage absorbed. But it isn't damage. So, I'm not taking it yet. Alright, we're on row 6. Ring of Frost. Summon a Ring of Frost for 10 seconds at the target location. Enemies entering the ring are incapacitated for 10 seconds. Limit 10 targets. When the incapacitate expires, enemies are slowed for 65% for 4 seconds. Alright, then we got Ice Nova. Oh, that's new. Causes a whirl of icy wind around the enemy, dealing frost damage to the target and reducing damage to all other enemies within 8 yards, freezing them in place for 2 seconds. Dude! On the fucking... Oh my god! I've already done it though. Dude, on the Mage Tower challenge, this is gonna be fucking sick. You just pop this sucker like, boom. Fuck you, ads. I don't want none of your shit. That one dude, Kareem, stop. You just stop him right in his tracks. Oh my god, that's going to be so good. Okay, we got a choice. I'm not taking it, but that could be good on that challenge. Alright. Alright, we've got another choice node. Shimmer. Replaces Blink. Teleports you 20 yards forward unless something is in the way and affected by the global cooldown and castable by casting. So this is double Blink. Or, Icy Flows. Makes your next mage spell with a cast time shorter than 10 seconds, castable while moving, unaffected by the global cooldown, and castable while casting. Max 3 charges. I think Icy Flow is good over Shimmer. Alright, then we got Mass Slow. Slow applies to all enemies within 5 yards of your target. Nice. Blast Wave. Causes an explosion around yourself, dealing fire damage to all enemies within 8 yards, knocking them back, and reducing movement speed by 70%. So it's another slow. Alright, let's get Ring of Frost. Okay, we'll think about it. Alright. We're on row 7. Improved Frost Nova. Frost Nova's duration is increased by 2 seconds. Frigid Ice. Frost Nova can withstand 80% more damage before breaking. Okay. Tome of Ronin. Increased crit strike chance by 2%. Alright, I'm taking that. Tome of Antonidas. Increases haste by 2%. Thank you. Alright. So we'll get 2 so we can get here. And then... I kind of want that Ice Nova. And then... Rigid Ice. Alright. Now we're into row 8. Frigid winds. All of your snare effects reduces the target movement speed by an additional 5%. Okay, super slow. Flow of time. The cooldown of blink is reduced by 1 second. Temporal velocity. Increases your movement speed by 5% for 2 seconds after casting blink and 20% for 5 seconds after returning from altar time. Okay. I'm gonna get this, and then we'll see what's going on down here. Ice Ward. Frost Nova now run row 9. Ice Ward. Frost Nova now has 2 charges. Time Manipulation. Casting Ice Lance on a frozen target reduces the cooldown of your loss of control abilities by 1 second. Okay, I kind of like that. Greater Invisibility. Makes you invisible and untargetable, removing all threat, and any action taken will break this effect. You take 60% reduced damage while invisible and for 3 seconds after reappearing. I like that. Cumulative Shielding. Your barrier's cooldown recharges 10% faster while the shield persists. Alright. Dragon's Breath. 45-second cooldown. Enemies in a cone in front of you take fire damage and are disorientated for 4 seconds. Damage will cancel the effect. Alright. Alright. Okay, so I have to get that, actually. So, shit. Hold on. Shifting Power. Draw the power from the... this is your capstone. It's the Night Fae ability. Draw power from your Night Fae. From the Night Fae. Dealing nature damage over 3.6 seconds to enemies within 18 yards. While channeling your Mage ability, cooldowns are reduced by 12 seconds over 3.6 seconds. 1 minute cooldown. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Enemies hit by a Cone of Cold are frozen in place for 5 seconds instead of snared. When your roots expire to dispel, your target is snared by 80% for decaying over 3 seconds. Alright. And we got another choice node. Time Anomaly. At any moment, you have a chance to gain Icy Veins for 8 seconds, Fingers of Frost, or a Time Warp for 6 seconds. Or Temporal Warp. While you have Temporal Displacement or other similar effects, you may use Time Warp to grant yourself 30% health haste for 40 seconds. So you get Double Lust. It's either you get Double Lust or Random Lust. I like Time Anomaly. Alright, then we got Displacement. Teleports you back to where you last blinked. Only usable within 8 seconds of blinking. Okay, that's no damage though. Meteor. Call down a meteor which lands at the target location after 3 seconds, dealing fire damage split evenly among all targets within 8 yards, and burns the ground, dealing fire damage over 8 seconds to all enemies in the area. Would you get this as Frost? I could get Dragon's Breath. I feel like you want to get this stuff. So I'm going to get this as Frost. I'll go that way as Fire. But I think I'm alright with this for Frost. Alright. This looks decent. Alright, now let's take a look at Frost. Look at this guy. He fucking blasting, dude. He is in Ice Crown. Holy shit. He made it fucking cold, dude. He made it so cold, it's Ice Crown. He summoned Ice Crown. Alright. First thing that Frost Mage is gonna get. Ice Lance. Quickly fling a shard of ice at the target, dealing frost damage. Ice Lance damage is tripled against frozen targets. Yep, okay, that's what I thought. That's why I was like, you know what? I think I need to get this. I was right. Alright, row 2. Frozen Orb. 1 minute cooldown. Launches an orb of swirling ice up to 40 yards forward, which deal frost damage to all enemies it passes through, dealing reduced damage beyond 8 targets. Grants 1 charge of Fingers of Frost when it first damages an enemy. Enemies damaged by the frozen orb are slowed by 30%. So we're going to grab that. Blizzard. Ice shards pelt the target area. Dude, they named a talent after themselves. The fucking ego. What? They named a whole talent after themselves. Blizzard. What an ego. Ice shards pelt the target area, dealing frost damage over 7.2 seconds and reducing movement speed by 50% for 3 seconds. Alright. Fingers of Frost. Frostbolt has a 15% chance, and Frozen Orb has a 10% chance to grant a charge of Fingers of Frost. Fingers of Frost causes your next Ice Lance to deal damage as if the target were frozen. Maximum 2 charges. Alright. Alright, we'll get Blizzard. Oh my god, she may ult too. What a fucking ego, dude. Alright, row 3. Flurry. Unleash a flurry of ice, striking the target 3 times for a total of 6k frost damage. Each hit reduces the target's movement speed by 70% for 1 second and applies Winter Chill to the target. Winter Chill causes the target to take damage from your cells as if it was frozen. As if it were frozen. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get that. Shatter. Multiplies the critical strike chance of your spells against frozen target by 1.5 and adds an additional 50%. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get that. Alright, then we need 2 talents from here. I kind of want to pick one of these 2. Okay, we'll have to see. Brain Freeze. Frostbolt has a 30% chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Flurry and cause your next Flurry to deal 50% increased damage. Everlasting Frost. Frozen Orb deals an additional 30% damage and its duration is increased by 2 seconds. Alright. Cold Snap. Resets the cooldown of your Ice Berry, Frost Nova, Kona Cold, and Ice Block. I don't know. Frostbite. Gives your chill effects a 10% chance to freeze the target for 4 seconds. Frost, Bolt, and Icicle critical strike damage increased by 20%. Alright. Alright, I feel I have enough stuff that will make it be frozen, so I may not need that. Perpetual Winter. Flurry now has 2 charges. Okay. Then we got a choice note over here. We're on row 5. Lonely Winter. Frostbolt, Ice Lance, and Flurry deal 25% increased damage, or summon Water Elemental. Summon a Water Elemental to follow and fight for you. Alright. I'm going to have to get that. Ice Collar. Each time Blizzard deals damage, the cooldown of Frozen Orb is reduced by 0.5 seconds. Okay. Bone Chilling. Whenever you attempt to chill a target, you gain Bone Chilling. Increases the spell damage you deal by 0.5% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. Alright, we're going to grab that. Alright. I'm going to be lonely. No Water Elemental for me. Alright. Glacial Assault. Flurry has a 15% chance to hit. Each hit to call down an Icy Comet crashing into your target and nearby enemies for frost damage. We have a choice note here. Frostbolt grants you Fingers of Frost and Brain Freeze 20% more often. Or Ebon Bolt. Launch a bolt of ice at the target, dealing frost damage and granting you Brain Freeze. I'm going to do that one. Winter Tide. Increases Frostbolt damage by 7%. Fingers of Frost and Powered Ice Lances deal 10% increased damage to frozen targets. Gonna get that. You want an Elemental? Fine. I got him. There you go. Alright, then we got Snowstorm. Blizzard has a 30% chance to increase the damage of your next Kona Cold by 10%, stacking up to 30 times. AoE build right here. Alright, Flash Freeze. Each of your icicles deal 10% additional damage, and when an icicle deals damage, you have a 5% chance to gain the Fingers of Frost effect, okay? Sub-Zero. Oh my god, they're naming Mortal Kombat characters in here. Talents. Your frost spells deal 10% more damage to targets that are rooted and frozen. Alright? Alright. Alright, we're on row 7. Deep Shatter. Your frostbolts deal 20% additional damage to frozen targets. Icy Veins. Accelerate your spellcasting for 25 seconds, granting 30% haste and preventing damage from delaying your spellcast. Alright, we get that. Swindling Cold. Frostbolt and Flurry have a 15% chance to generate 2 icicles. Alright. Row 8. Comet Storm. Call down a series of 7 icicles on and around the target to deal 19k frost damage to all enemies within 6 yards of its impact. Freezing Rain. Frozen Orb makes Blizzard instant cast and increases its damage done by 60% for 12 seconds. That's what you use for the challenge. Ice Icy Propulsion. Your damaging single target spell critical hits reduce the cooldown of Icy Veins by 1 second. Yes. Ray of Frost. 1.3 minute cooldown. Channel an Icy Beam at the enemy for 4.5 seconds, dealing frost damage every 0.9 seconds and slowing movement. Each time Ray of Frost deals damage, its damage and snare increased by 10%. Generate 2 charges of Fingers of Frost over its duration. Splitting Ice, not Spitting Ice. Splitting Ice. Your Ice Lance and Icicles now deal 5% increased damage and hit a second nearby target for 65% of their damage. Your Ebon Bolt and Glacial Spike also hit a secondary nearby target for 80% of its damage. Alright. Row 9. Fractured Frost. Your Frostbolt has a 25% chance to hit up to 2 additional targets. Snap Freeze. Icy Veins grants a charge of Brain Freeze and Fingers of Frost. Alright. Slick Ice. While Icy Veins is active, each Frostbolt you cast reduces the cast time of Frostbolt by 2%, increasing its damage by 2%, stacking up to 10 times. Alright. Chain Reaction. Your Ice Lances against frozen targets increase the damage of your Ice Lances by 10% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Yep. Hailstones. Casting Ice Lance on frozen targets has a 50% chance to generate an Icicle. Yep. Alright. Cold Front. Casting 30 Frost Bolts or Furies cause down a frozen orb towards your target. Hitting an enemy player counts as double. That's interesting. I don't know if that would be good for PvP, because that's a lot of casts. Maybe in a battleground? I don't know. Freezing Winds. While Frozen Orb is active, you gain Fingers of Frost every 2 seconds. Alright. Thermal Void. Icy Veins duration is increased by 10 seconds. Your Ice Lands against frozen targets extend your Icy Veins by additional 1 second. Glacial Spike. Dude, like, all these are great. Conjures a massive spike of ice and merges your current icicles into it and impels your target, dealing 21k damage plus all the damage stored in your icicles, and freezes the target in place for 4 seconds. Damage may interrupt the freeze effect because 5 icicles attack. Ice Lance no longer launches icicles. Alright. Alright. I like what I got here. I think I made a cool mage spec. If you haven't seen mage spells, look at this. Ring of Ice. Shifting Power. Got my Frozen Orb. Got my Blizzard. My Kona Cold. Boom. My images. Mass Polymorph. That would be cool if I could have turned everybody into sheep. Alright. I don't know what mages get base, but I'm pretty sure it's the stuff I had from the beginning. The portals, you know. There's my elemental. You know. Got homeboy. And my clones. Alright. So now let's take a look at fire. Alright. Yeah, the barrier did change. And let me go ahead and do the thing. Actually, no, I like slow. Yeah, I'm getting Meteor and that on this. Get that. Oh, wait. this. And... See, Fire's got options, dude. Fire's got options. Because all these are like... Because this actually would help Frost, but it doesn't help Fire. Really. Let's get that. And we'll get that. Okay. Alright. Now, let's get started on Fire. Pyro... Oh, the talents. Not the talents, the tier. Pyroblast and Flame Strike cast with Hot Streak deal 10% increased damage. Fire... And then the 4 set. Fireblast, Phoenix Flames, and Fireball deal 10% increased damage, and their chance to critical strike is increased by 10%. That's nice. Alright. I literally forgot. So we want Pyroblast... You know, and then Fireblast, Phoenix Flame, Fireball. Alright. Alright. Pyroblast. The first Fire Mage talent in your fire tree. Pyroblast. Hurl an immense fiery boulder that causes 8k fire damage. Pyroblast initial damage increased by 5% when the target is above 70% health or below 30% health. Alright, we taking it. Alright, row 2. Fire Blast. Replaces Fire Blast. Blast the enemy for fire damage. Fire. Castable while casting other spells. Always deals a critical strike. Alright. Max 3 charges. Alright. Alright, dude. That's how it is. Alright, other one. Fervent Flickering. Ignites damage is a 5% chance to reduce the cooldown of Fiery Blast by 1 second. Alright, I like that. Scorch. Scorches an enemy for fire damage castable while moving. Phoenix Flames. Hurl a phoenix that deals fire damage to the target and reduce damage to other nearby enemies. Always deals a critical strike. We need that. Flame Strike. Call down a pale of fire, burning all enemies within the area for fire damage and reducing their movement speed by 20% for 8 seconds. Alright, we'll think about this. Alright, we'll think about these later. Alright, actually, we probably got to get something. Alright, we got Searing Touch. Scorch deals 150 increased damage and is a guaranteed critical strike when your target is below 30% health. Okay. Fire Starter. Your Fireball and Pyroblast spells always deal a critical strike when the target is above 90% health. Oh, the damage is increased, and this makes it always crit. Okay. Pyrotechnics. Each time your Fireball fails to critically strike a target, it gains a stacking 10% increased critical strike chance. Effect ends when Fireball critically strikes. And then we got Improved Flame Strike over here. Flame Strike's cast time is reduced by 1 second. Its radius is increased by 15%. Alright, so that's AoE. Alright, Improved Scorch. Casting Scorch on a target's below 30% health increases the target's damage taken from you by 2% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Additionally, Scorch's Critical Strikes increases your movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. Okay. Critical Mass. Your spells have a 7% increased chance to deal a critical strike. You gain 5% more of the critical strike stat from all sources. Oh shit, that's critical for this build. Cauterize. Fatal damage instead brings you to 35% health and then burns you for 28% of your maximum health for 6 seconds. While burning, movement speed slowing effects are suppressed and your movement speed is increased by 150%. This effect can't occur more than once every 5 minutes. Flame On. Reduces the cooldown of your Fire Blast by 2 seconds and increases the maximum number of charges by 1. Damn. By 2. Flame Patch. Flame Strike leaves behind a patch of flames that's burning the enemy within for fire damage. So this is, like I said, this is the AoE side, it looks like. Alright, next row. We're on row 6. We got our first choice node over here. Flame from the Ashes. Increases mastery by 2% for each charge of Phoenix Flames off cooldown. Okay, and your direct damage critical strike reduces cooldown by 1 second. Okay. Or Alexstrasza's Fury. Phoenix Flames and Dragon Breath always critical strike, and Dragon Breath contributes to Hot Streak. Okay, that may be an additive effect that I added over there. We don't know. Combustion. 2-minute cooldown and Ghost Flame for 12 seconds, increasing your spell critical strike chance by 100% and granting you mastery equal 50% of your critical strike stat. Castable while casting other spells. When you activate Combustion, you gain 4% crit strike and up to 4 nearby allies gain critical strike. I think I think those are additional things. Okay, so we'll just work on the normal combustion at the top here. Living Bomb. The target becomes a living bomb, taking fire damage over 3.5 seconds and then exploding to deal an additional fire damage to the target and reduce damage to all the enemies within 10 yards. Other enemies hit by this explosion also become the living bomb, but this effect cannot spread further. I feel like that's an addition to that too. Here, let's move down to the next row. Phoenix Flame gains 1 additional charge. Alright. Fire Mind. Consuming Hot Streak grants you 1% increased intelligence for 12 seconds. This effect stacks up to 3 times. Oh my god. Then we got Improved Combustion. Combustion grants mastery equal to 50% of your critical strike chance and lasts 2% longer. Okay. Or Pyroblast has a 30% reduced cast time and a 10% increased critical strike chance. The duration of combustion is reduced by 50%. No! Improved Combustion. All day. Feel the Burn. Fireblast increases your mastery by 2% for 5 seconds. This effect stacks up to 3 times. Alright. Or Conflagration. Fireball applies Conflagration to the target, dealing an additional fire damage over 8 seconds. Enemies affected by either Conflagration or Ignite have a 10% chance to flare up and deal fire damage to nearby enemies. Okay, yeah, dude, this is the AoE side. Alright. We're in the end game now. Row 8. Phoenix Reborn. Targets affected by your Ignite have a chance to erupt in flame, taking an additional fire damage and reducing the remaining cooldown of Phoenix Flames by 10 seconds. Alright. Pyroclasm. Consuming a Hot Streak has a 15% chance to make your next non-instant Pyroblast cast within 15 seconds deal 230% damage. You don't want a non-instant Pyroblast. You don't want that. What the fuck? Flame Accelerant. If you have not cast fireballs for 8 seconds, your next fireball will deal 70% increased damage with a 20% reduced cast time. Okay. Kindling. Your fireball, Pyroblast, Fire Blasting, Phoenix Flame, Critical Strike, reducing the remaining cooldown on combustion by 1 second. Hell yes. Wildfire. Ignite deals 3% additional damage. When you activate combustion, you gain 4% critical strike and up to 4 nearby. Yep. That's the one. Yeah, we take that. Master Flame. Ignite deals 8% more damage. While combustion is not active, Fire Blast spreads Ignite to 4 additional nearby targets during combustion. We got a choice node way over here. Pyromaniac. Casting Pyroblast or Flame Strike while Hot Streak is active has an 8% chance to instantly reactivate Hot Streak. Firefall. Damaging an enemy with 30 fireballs or pyroblast causing the next fireball to call down a meteor on your target. Hitting an enemy player counts as double. Okay. Alright, so kind of want that. But let's get over here. Controlled Destruction. Pyroblast's initial damage is increased by 4% when the target is above 70% health or below 30% health. Okay, that was that. And then way over here, oh my god, there's only 2 talents over here. Fervent Incantation. Each consecutive critical strike you deal increases the critical strike damage you deal by 1% up to 5% for 6 seconds. Okay. Sun King's Blessing. After consuming 8 hot streaks, your next non-instant Pyroblast cast within 15 seconds grants you combustion for 6 seconds. Okay, I don't like that. Fiery Rush. While combustion is active, your Fire Blast and Phoenix Flame recharge 50% faster. Hyperthermia. When Hot Streak activates, you have a low chance to cause all Pyroblasts and Flame Strikes to have no cast time and be guaranteed. Oh my god. Alright. Alright. This is what I got. Does it look a little weird? I think so. But I feel like it's good. I feel like it's good. Like, the only other thing I could do is like get these and then go there. But I don't know. Alright, we're in Flamo mode. Alright, and if you haven't seen, let's look at these fire spells. Let's go. Alright. We got our Flame Barrier. We got our Dragon Breath. Ooh, that looks nice. Alright, we got our Combustion. Look at me, dude. I'm fully on fire. I'm just fully on fire. I'm combusting. I'm combusting in here, dude. Don't make me combust. Alright, I'm done. Alright. Now... where did it go? Okay. Flamo. I call it Flamo. Alright. Now for the spec. Oh, I didn't read the thing. Let's look. Fire. Focuses the pure essence of fire magic, assaulting enemies with combustive flames. It should have said melting enemies. Frost freezes enemies in their tracks and shatters them with frost magic. Alright, now with the final spec. Manipulates raw arcane magic, destroying enemies with overwhelming power. See, if we kept calling order, which we do have a designation for, order is good, so we don't confuse it with mage arcane magic, FYI. Okay. So we got Prismatic Barrier, reduces magic damage taken. Sweet. Alright. Now, I'm gonna pretty much get the same shit that I got for most. You know what? We'll go Shimmer on Arcane. Oh my god, I need 4 more. Alright. Reduce the cooldown of my spot. Alright, we'll get that. Oh my god, I didn't get this on fire. I'm a dumb bitch. Let me go back to my fire tree. Hold up. Hold up. I'm a Dumbo. I'm a Dumbo. Hold up. Hold up. Alright. Okay, this is my updated fire tree. I'm sorry, you get shifting power. You always get shifting power. You don't not get shifting power. I feel like you can't not get shifting power. Or you're like fucked. Alright. Now let's get back to Arcane. Had to do a quick update. Okay. Alright. Alright. Alright, better. I think this is better. I think this is better. Alright. We got shifting power, which you needed. Alright. Okay. Alright. First thing that Arcane Mages get over here, Arcane Barrage. Launches a bolt. Now, Arcane Mage I've played the most. Alright. With Fire and Frost, I've done the challenges, so take that as you may. Arcane Barrage. Launches a bolt of arcane energy at the enemy target, causing arcane damage. For each arcane charge, deal 36% additional damage. Consumes all arcane charges. Oh, this dude looks cool. It's a gnome. And this is the Nexus. Alright. We got arcane missiles. We gotta get arcane missiles. I mean, we technically really do have to get arcane missiles. Launches 5 waves of arcane missiles at the enemy over 2.3 seconds, causing a total of 13k arcane damage. Oh! Tier. For each arcane charge and arcane blast, critical strike chance for each arcane charge, arcane blast, critical strike chance is increased by 5%. An arcane explosion, critical strike chance is increased by 3%. When arcane blast or arcane explosion critically strikes at least one target, the critical strike chance of your next arcane barrage is increased by 10%, stacking up to 4 times. Alright. So more crit. And it pretty much just buffs the stuff you're going to be doing anyways, honestly. So, alright. Arcane Orb. Launches an Arcane Orb forward from your position, traveling up to 40 yards, dealing arcane damage to enemies it passes through. Grants 1 arcane charge when cast, and every time it deals damage. So you can get 2 on single target. Clear casting. For each mana you spend, you have, for each 1k mana, well, 1.25 mana. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, 1.25k mana you spend, you have a 100% chance to gain clear casting, making your next arcane missile or arcane explosion free and channel 20% faster. Alright, and we'll get arcane orb too. I cannot talk. Arcane Tempo. Consuming arcane charges increases your haste by 2% for 12 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Okay. Improved Arcane Missiles. Increases arcane missile damage by 10%. Arcane Surge. Expend all your current mana to annihilate your enemy target and nearby enemies for up to 25k arcane damage based on mana spent. Whoa! Deals reduced damage beyond 5 targets for the next 12 seconds. Your mana regeneration is increased by 425% and spell damage. Holy shit! I want that! That just sounds cool as fuck! Holy shit! I want to see what that looks like when we're done here. Holy shit. That sounds amazing. Arcane Surge. You just drop your whole mana. Just like, boom! Crackling Energy. Increases Arcane Explosion and Arcane Blast damage by 10%, okay? Nether Precision. Consuming clear casting increases the damage of your next 2 Arcane Blasts by 20%. Alright, we'll get that. Oh wait, no. We'll get both. When you gain your third okay, it's a choice note over here. Rule of 3s. When you gain your third arcane charge, the cost of your next arcane blast or arcane missiles is reduced by 100%. Or Arcane Familiar. Summons a familiar that attacks your enemies, increases your maximum mana by 10% for 1 hour. Does that increase the damage you do? Interesting. Arcane Orb gains 1 additional charge. Alright. Resonance. Arcane Barrage deals 15% increased damage per target it hits. Yeah, that's the blast. Arcane Power. Arcane Surge lasts an additional 3 seconds and grants 25% increased spell damage. Alright. That's sweet. Mana Adept. Arcane Barrage gains you 2% of your max mana per arcane charge spent. That will work great with that. To get my mana back. Clear Casting allows arcane missiles to be channeled while moving. Evocation can be channeled while moving. Okay. Amplification. When clear cast, arcane missiles fire 3 additional missiles. Alright, we're doing the arcane missile. Gotta get Presence of Mind. First talent on row 6. Presence of Mind. Cause your next 2 arcane blasts to be instant casts. 45-second cooldown. Foresight. Standing still for 10 seconds grants you Foresight, allowing you to cast while moving for 4 seconds. This duration begins when you start moving. Arc Cleave. For each arcane charge, Arcane Barrage hits 1 additional nearby target for 40% damage. Got a choice node right here in the middle. Reverberate. If Arcane Explosion hits at least 3 targets, it has a 50% chance to generate an extra arcane charge. Or Nether Tempest. Places a Nether Tempest on the target, which deals arcane damage for 12 seconds to the target and nearby enemies within 10 yards. Limit 1 target. Deals reduced damage to secondary target. Damage increased by 73% per arcane charge. I don't know if I want that. Improved Prismatic Barrier. Prismatic Barrier further reduces magic damage taken by an additional 5% in the duration of harmful magic effects by 10%. Impetus. Arcane Blast has a 10% chance to generate an additional arcane charge. If you were to gain an arcane charge while at max charges, instead gain 10% arcane... Whoa! Improved Clear Casting. Wait, can you trigger it with your own? Interesting. Clear Casting can stack up to 2 additional times. Alright. Chrono Shift. Arcane Barrage slows enemies by 50%. Increases your movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds. Touch of the Magi. Alright. Applies Touch of the Magi to your current target, accumulating 20% of the damage you deal to the target for 10 seconds and exploding for that amount of arcane damage to the target and reduce damage to all nearby targets. Alright. Alright. Supernova. Pulses arcane energy around the target, enemy, or ally, dealing 2k arcane damage to all enemies within 8 yards and knocking them upward. A primary target would take 100% increased damage. Alright. We'll get another orb. 2 orbs. Yeah, well, okay. We'll see. Alright. What did I... Okay. We're on row 7. No, 8. Increases your mana regeneration by 750% for 4 seconds. It's evocation. We'll grab that. Enlightened. Arcane damage dealt while above 70% mana is increased by 6%. Mana regeneration while below 70% is increased by 20%. Okay. That works great with my power. I'll deal increased damage. Arcane Echo. Direct damage you deal to enemies affected by Touch of the Magi causes an explosion that deals arcane damage to all nearby enemies. Deals reduced damage beyond 8 targets. Arcane Barrage deals an additional 100% damage against targets below 35% health. Alright. Illuminated Thought. Clear Casting has a 5% increased chance to proc. Conjure Managen. Conjure a Managen that can be used to instantly restore 25% mana and grant 5% spell damage for 12 seconds. Holds up to 3 charges. That's cool. Okay, I may grab that. I'm gonna grab that. Siphon Storm. Evocation grants 1 arcane charge, and while channeling evocation, your intellect is increased by 2% for every 1... Okay, I'm grabbing that. Increased by 2% every 0.9 seconds. Last 30 seconds. Oh my god. So you just evocate at the start. Prodigious Savant. Arcane charges further increase mastery effectiveness of Arcane Blast and Arcane Barrage by 20%. Radiant Spark conjures a Radiant Spark is a curing ability. It causes arcane damage instantly and additional arcane damage over 10 seconds. The target takes 10% increased damage from a direct damage spell, stacking each time they are struck. This effect ends after 4 spells. Concentration. Arcane Blast is a chance to grant concentration, which causes your next clear casting to not be consumed. Cascading Power. Consuming a mana gem grants up to 2 clear casting stacks. Alright. Then here are the capstones. Orb Barrage. Consuming clear casting reduces the cooldown of Arcane Orb by 2 seconds. Additionally, casting Arcane Missile 15 times flares an Arcane Orb towards your target. Clear cast Arcane Missile count as 2. Oh shit. Harmonic Echo. Damage dealt to enemies affected by Radiant Spark's vulnerability. Echo to your current enemy target and 4 nearby enemies. Should they echo? For 20% of the damage dealt. Arcane Harmony. Each time Arcane Missile hits an enemy, the damage of your next Arcane Barrage is increased by 5%. This stacks up to 20 times. Okay. So there's like a clear casting build, but I'm doing this like mana dump builds. So I'm actually going to get the Kyrian stuff. I'm going to get the gem. And then that. No. Look at that. Alright. Let's cast some of this stuff. Alright, so this is the Arcane Barrier. What did I want to see the look of? Arcane Surge. Alright, let's get on a mount. I gotta see Arcane Surge. Like, legit. I gotta see what this thing looks like. This looks cool as hell. Here's the thing, right? I want to try something. So. Where's Evoke? I want to try something here. Here. So. The plan is going to be I evocate, I hit this 1-2, or after hitting this 1-2. Okay, let's get this. Let me conjure a mana gem. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna try something. I wanna try something. Okay? So. Alright. So I'm gonna pop that beforehand. I'm gonna evocate. Alright, then I'm gonna do this. Shit. Oh, no. Boom! I have my mana back already. Holy shit. Dude, Arcane Mage is gonna be sick. That felt good. Oh, it didn't work. Alright. Well, Arcane Mage feels fun. I feel like you're going to be able to come up with some big combos with Arcane Mage. But that's been Mage. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Mage player. But it looks some of it looks good to me. Like, the clash tree has some good stuff. It's kind of formatted interesting. Arcane feels good. Fire looks cool. Frost has some cool stuff. I'm excited to see how it is. But that'll be it, and I will see you in the next